Well, welcome back to Toyota Sports Talk. Another season of Wizards basketball is here, and we are so excited to be sitting down and getting reacquainted with some of these players. We've got a new face joining us today, CJ McCollum. Welcome to Washington, first and foremost. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, welcome to Washington once again, and I want to say that because we are glad to have you here. What has this transition period been like for you? I know it's not your first rodeo in terms of moving and getting reacquainted with another team, but what has this process been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun. The organization has been great in making it a smooth transition for my family and I. My family just got here the other day, so kids are getting situated, my wife's getting situated, and we're excited about the city. We're excited to be on the East Coast. We haven't been on the East Coast in quite some time. Obviously, I played in Oregon. I played most recently in New Orleans, so being able to fly home to Ohio in 50 minutes and my wife being able to take the train or drive home to Pennsylvania makes life a little bit easier. But excited about the team, excited about the organization. The staff's been great. Obviously, I played with DV when I was in Portland, so excited to be back with Coach Vanderpool, and it's a young, energetic group, and excited to see what happens next.
Well, let's jump back to the summer. You know that you were traded back in June. What was your reaction to that news?
Well, we got new management in, so I felt like change was coming. I just didn't know where. And when I was traded to DC, obviously we got on the phone, began talking, kind of better understanding, what the plans were for the future, what the organization is hoping to accomplish. A very young roster with a lot of upside, and a lot of talent, and I was encouraged by the conversations. And we obviously, met again while we were in Vegas, and I'm happy to be here, happy to continue to learn and grow alongside some young talent. Obviously, Chris and I are the elder statesmen of the team, but these guys love to be in the gym. They love to work. I said it earlier, this is the first time I've seen players work out on media day in the morning, like the whole team actually get in the gym, get in the weight room, get on the table. Guys really enjoy putting that work in, and that's going to pay off down the road for sure.
All right, I want to dive into all this team and what it's all about, but putting on that jersey for the first time, I have to ask you about it because it's got to be some symbolic type energy when you put on a new jersey for the first time. Yeah,
like the first time I actually seen it, I was doing a signing for Fanatics at the hotel when I had just got here, and I had never seen I seen the 3 in Portland, I seen the 3 with the Pelicans, and I had never seen my number on another jersey before. So I was just looking at it like, this is crazy. Like you just have to process it because of the colors and everything. Like I love the colors, by the way. They're great. I got my colorways to match. But it's just a really cool feeling being able to play, in the nation's capital, being able to play in a city with so much prestige, so much history, so much diversity. I'm really excited about the opportunity to be here and to learn and to grow and to help, show some of the guys, how to work, how to prepare, how I've done it historically, and being able to steal some stuff from some of the guys as well. I'm excited about it.
How much did you know about this franchise before getting here? What other people were saying maybe about this team across the league, or what a player's perception was about what's going on here in Washington?
Well, you only know what you hear and see, but I've heard that, especially Will's history, Winger's history, coach's history, just in terms of how they do things, the intentionality behind the things in which they do, the communication at a high level, very blunt, very honest, building things the right way. Obviously, we know the history of the Clippers, we know the history of OKC and how they've been ran historically, top-notch organization, not afraid to staff, not afraid to hire people, not afraid to provide resources. One of only 2 teams in the NBA that travel with a team chef. Like, they're doing things the right way, and I'm excited about the staff, I'm excited about the players, I'm excited to have the resources that are necessary, probably more than we actually need, which is, nice to see, across the NBA. Really, really excited about the players. Like, they got great personalities, guys want to work. It's refreshing to be around, like-minded basketball individuals.
Yeah, well, for yourself, who's a veteran and established player in this league, year 13 for you. Congratulations on that, because longevity in this league we know is very challenging.
Yeah.
How much do you want, or how do you want this DC community to know you? We know you're a scorer, we know you're a facilitator, but in terms of what you bring to the floor, what can you tell people?
I'm a competitor. I go out and compete at a high level every day, regardless of circumstances. I love playing the game. I love to prepare. I love the process. I fall in love with the process since I was a kid, and that's why I'm still here to this day. I love to jump into communities that I'm a part of. My wife and I have done a great job over the years of just targeting different demographics, understanding the needs of communities. Obviously, my wife's a dentist, so we do a lot of impact, on the children's side. She worked for Children's Hospital in New Orleans, so we're doing a lot of work for kids, providing resources, providing dental education, dental hygiene. I do a lot of work in education, with whether that's the Boys and Girls Club, whether that's providing scholarships, whether that's providing opportunities. I'm just excited to be able to dive into a market that has needs and needs that we're able to kind of meet. And excited to obviously compete at a high level on the court and for people to be able to see, how I approach the game every day.
Well, aside from who you are as a basketball player, it sounds like you're a solid person that wants to integrate himself into a community. Why is that an important part of who you are?
I always remember what I come from and where I come from, and based on the circumstances, I was fortunate enough to be able to make it to the NBA. But there are a lot of people in positions that are maybe less fortunate. The underserved community, the targeted communities that have hidden gems that just aren't getting the resources they need. We want to be able to provide them with resources. We want to be able to help people out across the holidays. From Thanksgiving to Christmas. I dress up as Santa on Christmas, and I go to different hospitals. We do a lot of different stuff in the community, and I always say I get the most joy out of giving back. Honestly, it makes me happier than probably the people that are actually receiving some of the gifts. And to be able to take advantage of the blessings we've been given, I think, is the ultimate goal, and giving back is a part of that.
Yeah, well, in terms of now kind of segueing it back to basketball and you giving back to the young guys on this team, because there are plenty of them. We have one of the youngest rosters in this league. I know you know that. What do you see you giving them in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your work ethic, and things that they can take from you?
No, I think it's osmosis, and they'll be able to be around. They'll see times I'm getting in, how I work, what I'm working on, the consistency, the efficiency, how I approach the game. I think all those things are important, and then they'll just be able to bounce questions off me. Why do you do things this way? How much film are you watching? What time are you going to bed? What time do you eat before the games? The little stuff that you just may be curious about. What type of workout do you do when you have 2 days in between a game versus a back-to-back? Just being able to answer those types of questions, and then obviously the playing is what it is, but being able to communicate more effectively at a high level, tell them what I'm seeing when I'm seeing it, and being able to play alongside youthful energy is always nice. Like, guys are excited to get up and down, they want to run, they're fast, they're athletic, and they love hooping, so it'll be a fun year for all of us.
Yeah, I always wonder what it's like with a veteran player like yourself being integrated into a new team. Do you kind of take a step back and soak things up, or do you dive right in and being a leader? Because it sounds kind of like the latter with you.
I'll definitely dive right in. I think it's my personality. I like to work hard. I like to give instruction, but I also like to take instruction, understanding that I'm not a finished product. I'm still consistently learning each day, and I want to be coached. I want to be challenged. I want players to challenge me. I think good confrontation is healthy. Like, if you see something that you don't like, or you see something that we can all improve upon individually, it should be addressed. I don't like sweeping things under the rug. So I think for me, I'm excited about the challenge to be in a new environment. I think the most breakthroughs occur during discomfort, and sometimes the new environment can create discomfort for me, but I'm all about growth and opportunity, and I'm excited about the growth and opportunity that's going to occur by being in a city like this, being in an environment like this with young guys, and I think they're going to appreciate my approach to the game, my style, and I already appreciate their style and their approach as well.
When it comes to what you envision for this team this season, what are expectations like? What does success look like?
I think success looks like building a great foundation, building healthy habits consistently. Like, what times are you getting in the building? What are you doing when you're in the building? Are you competing at a high level? Are you communicating? And are you being consistent with your approach and your actions? I think those are ways in which you can kind of figure out which direction you're heading into as an organization, as a franchise. And then I think for me, are you maximizing your talents? God has given me a lot of talents. He's given me a lot of opportunities and a lot of favor, and I want to maximize those with the right type of preparation, the right type of mindset, and the right type of consistency in my approach. And then I think lastly, just not taking the game for granted. Whether you're winning or losing, it's still a blessing and a privilege to be able to play this game. And I think the players and the organization, the staff, have that approach and that mindset to where we want to take advantage of each day. We want to have a growth mindset, get better, continue to reward our fans with how we play, and reward our fans with how we treat this game.
All right, CJ, well, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much, and again, welcome to Washington.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, more Toyota Sports Talk coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.